Hey everyone, it's Kendra here and welcome back to Pink Bubbles. And in today's video we're going to be opening a very special package. So I was very worried that this package would not get here in time. It seemed a little bit in shipping purgatory, but it did. It actually came exactly when they said it would, which is really great because I leave tomorrow morning for a trip. So the story behind this is you guys know I've kind of had a rough year. I mean, who hasn't at this point, but academically I've also kind of had a rough semester. To kind of give myself motivation, cheer myself up, I told myself if I could survive and do well with finals and everything else, that I would buy myself a doll. So I started looking and I found a really great deal on a retired archived doll. Got her off of Mercari. With that said, I'm excited. Let's get opening. Squeeze in front of here, cause some bad lighting. Is that how the set's supposed to be worn? Okay, I had a moment where I was like, am I opening this correctly? Because bonnet. Okay, so I got a historical Felicity. She is in, for a used doll, such good condition. I cannot get over her eyes or her paint or anything. She's just so gorgeous. She even has her little pin curls. I don't know if you can see that. So she's been on my wish list for a very, very long time, but unfortunately by the time I started collecting and getting into American Girl and all that, she had unfortunately been archived. But I got really excited when I found a new-ish meat outfit, pin curl, nice hair, Felicity. She's gonna need a little, little cleaning up, a little love. So she came with one of her meat dresses. It's in excellent condition. Everything here is in excellent condition. And I'll touch on that in a second. This is so pretty in person. I really love the embroidered flowers. I've never actually seen this in person before. But I'm very excited. It's gonna get a lot of use. That's for sure. I will make excuses for flashback scenes and photo shoots so I can use this dress. You don't understand how obsessed I am already. And then she came with her socks and shoes. So yeah, this is actually her full meat outfit. I probably should have mentioned that before. These again are in, great condition. There's really no wear and tear. Her socks, I don't think they're really yellowing. I think they're just supposed to be cream. They look fantastic. They fit her very well. There's really not much more I have to say on them. I love having more doll underwear that I'm never going to use. So I have a few of these since I have a kit doll that I customized into one of my boy dolls. And she came in her full meat outfit as well at the time. And she had these and I have not used them at all. One day I'll find a use for them. And then there is also this, I don't know if I really want to call it a bonnet, but I think it's a bonnet. And I believe that is from her meat accessories or another dress in her collection. Either way, I know it's a Felicity thing and this purple matches all the other purples in her collection. So it is from probably the same time, probably bought at the same time. This, I don't know what's going on with this. And then the last thing she came with was this necklace, and I believe this is her meat accessories. And then her hair was put up using these bobby pins and a hair tie. So now let's take a look at the doll herself. She is very clearly not a TLC doll. I'm not going to be fixing her up. I'm just going to start her body, which I'm not sure if you can see it, but there is actually a watermark going that way. That does not bother me whatsoever. It really never has. I have quite a few dolls who have at least a little bit of watermarks. There's this mark here that I'm curious to see if it will come out with just a basic cleaning or if I'll have to, go a little deeper or just live with it. Either way, that's not a big There's another one on her thumb, and it matches a dot right there. They're not the end of the world. You know, I'm not seeing anything. There's a couple shine marks, but I don't think I'm really gonna do anything about that. I don't know if I said this already, but her body is, you know, that mid-2000s type body. Not sure how I feel about that. She might get a body swap with one of my other dolls, or I might just leave it. The rest of her body has no markings, there's no stains, nothing. So with her head, clearly her face paint is very nice. Both cheeks are nice and rosy, her mouth is nice and rosy. I really should not have had her against a red background, but my room's a mess right now, and that's why I'm filming out here. Also, sorry for the audio. Which of course leads me to the most important part when finding a doll online, the hair. You can fix almost anything else, but if you have a bad wig, as I can speak from multiple experiences, you just gotta get a new wig. You really can't save bad wigs unless you're like magical or something. And oh my gosh, did I look out. This is the softest hair I have felt on a used doll in absolutely forever. My dolls don't have this soft of hair right now, most of them. My Caroline doll does, but that's because I just replaced her wig. And since I can pull her hair back, you can see that she does indeed have all 3 pin curls on both sides. Let me show you the back of her hair, and bear in mind I have not brushed it yet. So it's very soft. I mean, you can clearly see that the ends are not pristine per se, but I don't know how bad they actually are. I don't know how much that will bother me. She's so soft. And then she is marked Pleasant Company, which is typical of the dolls from this era. And her neckties were actually in a bow when I got her, which I thought was kind of funny. So it's about a week later, and I had to leave for a family trip almost immediately. While we were away, I kind of realized that she maybe needed a little fixing up. So what she needs done is her little pin curls. The ends of her hair are a little frizzy. She probably needs a slight trim, and it probably wouldn't hurt to wash her hair too. I have already cleaned her vinyl. I did that before we left, so she's nice and clean. Really no spots I need to take care of. However, she does need to have her limbs tightened. Alright, so here she is, all cleaned up. And like you kind of saw, she was clearly owned by someone who knew what they were doing before, partially because she's just in such good condition even before I did the few things to clean her up. But also, she'd been tightened with rubber bands, and I'm fully aware of the irony of getting her like the day before the 35th anniversary dolls were released. Great timing on my behalf. But yeah, she's in fantastic condition. Her hair, I did have to trim it to that like waist seam on the back. If I can get past my studio lights, I will show you. It is still drying, so there's a chance I'll have to do a little bit of cleaning up afterwards. I did wash, you know, maybe 2/3 of her hair just to get any dirt or dust out. I didn't think there would be much, but I did just travel with her. She was in a box. I don't know what, you know, if she was sitting on a shelf before I got her or something like that. So, last thing I would like to do is compare her very quickly to my Truly Me 61. Funnily enough, I actually think the re-release Be Forever Felicity is a lot more similar to the 61 doll than to the original. I'm not the biggest fan of the Be Forever Felicity. I just think that she doesn't look like Felicity. Felicity has straight hair. I believe she's supposed to have straight hair. I'm not entirely sure. It doesn't seem to be wavy. It might have a slight wave in it. Where 61 is supposed to have wavy, almost curly hair. And so, as you can see, you can definitely see that their eyes are very, very different, even if they are both technically green. For one, Felicity has the decal electric green eyes that I'm absolutely obsessed with, where my 61 has, I can't remember what the other name is, but she's the other, you know, design of eyes, and they're more of a forest green. So one almost looks so much more like tomboyish and intense, where she's, you know, kind of passive and calm is kind of how I interpret it. Obviously the eyebrows are different, as you can see, but they do both have a middle part. Felicity has her pin curls, and her hair is more of an auburn, a deep auburn, where 61 is just your normal redhead. Face molds, you know, are the same. They look a little bit different, and the difference is probably just when they were made, since my Felicity doll seems to be from the mid-2000s. That's just the type of body she has. So her face mold is a little bit older, whereas I actually bought my 61 from the store in 2016. My Felicity doll has a tanner body, which is very typical of the dolls from that time period, and her, you know, skin tone, while it is still the light skin tone, the undertone is more of a neutral, cool tone, whereas 61 has a soft pink glow, and her body is actually a little reddish, so a little more typical of what a redhead's complexion probably would be for someone with this kind of red hair in comparison to someone who's a little more on the auburn side. And yeah, I love them both. They look like they could vaguely be related if you wanted that. I don't think I want that. Haven't really decided yet. And that is all I have for you guys. Stay tuned for some photos of this darling. If you would like to see more of them, feel free to check out my Instagrams. They are at pinkbubbles and at pinkbubbles.studios, where you can find behind the scenes, questions for videos or projects I'm working on, and again, photos of my dolls, including this darling. If you want to find out what her name is, be sure to tune in next week for an All of My Dolls video, plus a sneak peek at a series that I'm working on. That should be coming out. Other than that, I hope you guys are doing well. My question for you guys is, what do you think of the new re-release of the 35th anniversary dolls? Do you think they compare to original dolls like this Felicity and Samantha? Do you think they're better? Do you think they're worse? Do you wish they would stick around longer, be forevers, or go completely back to historicals? I just want to know what you guys think, because I'm not sure what I think yet. Other than that, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next week. This is Kendra, signing off. Bye!